Hello friends, it's Jim O'Rear. Welcome back to Jim O'Rear's Wacky World, and we're spooky tonight because we are going to go take a look at Home Depot's new Halloween 2021 animatronics. They always release a lot of cool stuff every year, and a couple of these things were available last year, but some of them are new. So let's take a quick look at what Home Depot has to offer for the 2021 Halloween season in animatronics. You may remember last year that Home Depot had the 12-foot giant skeleton. Well, this year they have the 12-foot giant flaming pumpkin skeleton. And he's huge, 12 feet tall, and these are really, really impressive in person. They're gigantic, as you can see, gargantuan size. The chest lights up like fire, the mouth like fire, the eyes are incredible, how they blink and they look around. They're kind of that projection type image on the eyes, and it is an amazing piece to see. You kind of pose him however you want with the arms, the legs. You tether him down with the stakes because he will topple. He is huge. So these are super impressive pieces. Now they also have the Dark Angel, and he's pretty creepy. It's kind of Doctor Who-ish in a way for Doctor Who fans, and I like that the lights change colors. He's 7.5 feet tall. He changes green and orange and blue. Lots of light up type things to make him glowing and freaky. He is motion activated, or motion sensor activated, which is pretty cool because it can just look like a plain old prop, and then he starts moving, and it talks also. Take a listen to his voice.
I am the keeper of all that is dead.
So yeah, that's a pretty creepy voice to come out of him also. Now they have this ghost bride, and I like her because she's creepy with the cracking face and the red glowing eyes and things like that. Her movement kind of cracks me up. She's 6 feet tall, and it gives the impression that she's sort of floating, but it's kind of like a pee-pee dance, and she makes these noises. That's the ghostly I have gas noise that comes out of her. But the eyes are cool, and I love the cracking face. It's got the dead flowers in the hands, so pretty cool little prop though. Now they have this 3-faced jester of the underworld, and he's pretty creepy. People that are terrified of clowns would be terrified of him. He is also 6 feet tall. He moves around, he talks, I love how he covers his face. He has the masks, and he covers his face with the masks, and he has 3 different masks that you can use, and you can interchange them out, decide which one that you want to put in his hands. Is he comedy? Is he tragedy? Is he just jestery? And his voice is kind of creepy too if you were to come across him at night. This is what he sounds like.
We're going to have so much funsy fun playing evil characters, and we've only begun.
That is very Joker from the Batman type of voice. Now this is awesome. This is the Ferry of the Dead, and I love the boat. Look at that boat. This is amazing, especially if you were to put like a fog machine underneath it, and it would just look like he's sort of rowing this boat through this fog. He's over 6 feet tall. He has skulls all over the boat and different bones. His face itself is also this glowing skull. Hey, look, it's Red Skull from Captain America. And the eyes light up also in the skull on the boat. He's got this lantern, which is awesome, with a little kind of flame in the lantern. I love that piece. It is so awesome. So they also have this grave warrior, and this looks like something that has stepped out of Army of Darkness. That's what it really reminds me of, is the Army of Darkness skeletons. He is 6 feet tall. You see he kind of moves back and forth. I'm not real crazy about the movement of how the head moves kind of opposite from the body, but he comes with his armor, kind of his knight armor, and his big battle axe there, and the horns on his head. This guy also talks and makes noises, and this is what he sounds like.
I hunt these lands in search of a challenging battle and some hard-fought glory.
He is also motion sensor activated, so he just kind of stands there until somebody gets close, and then he starts moving and talking. Good to freak out the kids. Now, if you don't like these giant 6 to 12 feet animatronics, they also have these small ones. This is a little 3-foot Reaper, and to me, the smaller monsters are creepier than the bigger monsters. I don't know why, but this guy is very creepy. I love the red eyes. It's just the black robe. You see he's 3 feet tall there. He's got his little weapon. He's got his biker chains with the skulls on it, and he is just repping death, I guess, right there. Little 3-foot Reaper guy. Love him. Now, you can also get these little guys. These are more little small animatronic people, and this is a little boy and little girl trick-or-treat pumpkin heads, and they are also 3 feet tall and move the mouth and have the little flickering eyes. These don't do a whole lot of movement or anything because they're small. They don't have a lot of servos and motors and things built into them, but they are good for the creep factor. I love their little pumpkin faces and the clothing, how it's all stitched there. These are really cool and really creepy all at the same time. I would stay away from someone's porch with those. Now, this is the Inferno Scarecrow, and at first you kind of look at him and go, okay, well, he doesn't do much. He doesn't move much. He just kind of stands there and slow arm. But he's another 6-foot animatronic. But then, you know, he has this movement like that. That would scare the crap out of somebody. So just imagine him just kind of standing there with a flaming face, very still, and then all of a sudden just boom, like that. You know, that is either terrifying or it's an insurance nightmare, one or the other, with I'm gonna snatch your eye out, kid. Put your eye out with that arm. But I love that powerful swipe, as it is described by Home Depot. But I love those that just suddenly move fast and get your attention like he does. Now this is cute. It's a man-eating plant. This would look great for anybody that has a garden or kind of lives in the woods, or a haunted hayride even with this guy in the woods. And I love how the arms kind of bounce and move with the leaves and the mouth, and how he tilts forward and backwards. The eyes light up really neat. He kind of looks like a plant octopus, sort of. He's got sort of this Spanish moss type thing going on the leaves, which fits in great here in Florida. I could see him really just being set up in some type of swamp in South Florida, and just really creeping out the trick-or-treaters and kids. He also talks and makes noises. This is what he sounds like.
I could swallow you in one bite.
If you like the voice of the Cookie Monster in your plant, well, there you go. That's what he has. Now, this is Queen of the Underworld. And I'm not personally a big fan of this because it's not really a monster, but she is just over 5 foot. She comes blinged out with her crown and jewelry and coins, moves around. She's got that creepy little ventriloquist mouth thing going, which I do like, and she talks and makes noises as well. She sounds like this.
I rose from the cracks in the earth on this Halloween to meet my new arriving subjects.
So to me, not really Halloween-y, but she's pretty cool because of the creepy little mouth that she's got there. Now, next up is the Inferno Reaper. And this is kind of just a traditional sort of looking Reaper. I do love the face and the way the yellow eyes glow and the detailing on the skull. He is 7 foot tall, so will tower over most of the kids. He's got this cool little bone weapon. Also, the chest glows and kind of flickers Along with the eyes, it looks like he is a jabberbox. Look at that, just yam 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 yam. And he is a jabberbox. He does talk and say phrases and makes noises. This is what he sounds like.
You there, I have come for your soul.
I do really like that voice. It's traditional Halloween creepy voice. Now they had the Queen of the Underworld, so of course you gotta have the King of the Underworld. And he's just very similar. He's just pretty much a male version of her. He also comes blinged out with the crown. He has the latex face, as you can see. He's 6 feet tall, just a little taller than she is. He's got the latex that moves, gives it a, kind of a skin texture there. The eyes on him are very cool. I also like the eyes on his scepter, right there in the skull. So he is he's kind of cool if if you're into that king and queen type thing. Again, not really Halloweeny to me, but pretty neat. Now this is a spell casting witch, and this is the traditional style Halloween witch. She's 6 feet tall, including the big pointy hat, and I love her because she's just so old school Halloween. It looks like the characters I grew up on, and she talks.
I have a tasty potion to try for anybody willing.
Very traditional witch voice as well, so I do like her a lot just because of that. Now, one of the creepiest ones they have is this next one. This is a Jack-in-the-Box, and people are just out of their mind scared of clowns. And look at that face. That is a creepy clown, and it's got the little ventriloquist mouth. He's just over 6 feet tall, so he's gonna tower over you. He's got that movement back and forth. This would scare the crap out of most people, I think. And I guarantee you put it on your porch and you aren't going to get any trick-or-treaters. But I love him. They had these last year as well, and because of COVID, I guess they didn't sell a lot of them. But hopefully they will this year because they are creepy, and they talk like this.
Let's put a smile on that face of yours.
Very aggressive voice to go along with that clown. I love him. And he's one of my favorite things that they have. Now, they also have this. If you're a Frankenstein monster fan, this is the animated monster, which means that he's not licensed by Universal to be the Frankenstein monster. But he is just over 6 foot tall. He looks like the Frankenstein monster. He does not look like Boris Karloff, but we know what you're going for. But I do kind of like... I don't like him overall, but I like some of the little details on him. You know, the wires and things that are coming out of his skull is kind of neat. I like that, how it's got the little individual sort of LED lights throughout there. And he talks as well. You would expect him to sound like the Boris Karloff Frankenstein monster, but he doesn't.
Trick-or-treaters beware!
He is very articulate for a Frankenstein monster. So, and you know, if you're gonna have a Frankenstein monster, you might as well have a mad scientist and a mini mad scientist. How about that? Mad scientist and mini me. And this guy is really cool. He's just over 6 feet tall. The little guy is, about half that size. I love the details with the goggles and the glasses and that creepy little ventriloquist mouth. His vials and things light up, his potions, his skull's on there. It's got the electrical box that lights up and flashes as well. And these guys talk back and forth. I don't really care for their voices. I think it's fairly silly, but, well, you listen.
Don't move a muscle.
Are you sure this is gonna work, boss?
This might pinch a little.
So, like I said, a little silly on the voice, but I do like all the lights and the detail and the eyes and the goggles and how all that kind of stuff moves. Now for Disney fans, look at this. It's a life-size animated Sally from Nightmare Before Christmas, and I do so love her. Look at that. Look at that. She is 6 feet tall, and the face, I love the face. And the giant eyes, and it just, it stepped right out of Tim Burton's movie. I I would have that up all year round. And if you're gonna have the Sally, you have to have the Pumpkin King as well. Yes, there is an animated Jack Skellington right there. He is lovely as well, and I love his mouth. Look at that movement on the mouth and how that, I mean, that looks like it's right out of the cartoon. He's just a little over 6 feet tall, and the claw on him, I love how he moves his arm and the claw, and how he clenches it open and closed and stuff. That and the mouth sells me on him completely. Again, this is a pair of animatronics that you could have up all year long, especially if you're Disney fans, and just the animation in that claw gets me all the time. So definitely, I mean, he's one of my favorites as well. Look at that hand movement. So there you go. That is some of Home Depot's animatronics, and I just want to look at this Jack a little bit longer because he's just too awesome. He's one of my favorite Disney characters. Hi, Jack. There he goes. Work that hand, boy. Work it. And there you have it. Some pretty spooky stuff from Home Depot for the 2021 Halloween season. So if you see anything you like, get out there and get it because they typically sell very quickly. So I hope you have enjoyed watching this video. If you have, click that like button to let the powers that be know that you like the video. And while you're at it, click on subscribe, and you will be subscribed to the channel and get notified when I upload new videos. So thanks again for watching. We will see you next time.